Gentlemen, I want you to have a proper think about what's sitting in your kitchen cupboard right now. That jar of nuts you reach for during the evening news. That handful of seeds you sprinkle on your porridge each morning. There's a very good chance that something you've been told is healthy is quietly working against your prostate. And I'm not talking about a bit of discomfort here and there. I'm talking about those endless trips to the loo at 3 a.m. That draining exhaustion that follows you through the day. That nagging feeling that something isn't quite right down below. I'm Dr. Charlotte Evans. I've spent the past 15 years working exclusively with men's health issues, particularly with chaps over 50 who are dealing with prostate concerns. My clinic in Manchester sees dozens of men each week, and I can tell you, the pattern I've noticed is striking. The problems these men face aren't always about getting older. More often than not, the culprit is something they're eating every single day, something they genuinely believe is doing them good. Today, I'm going to clear up the confusion once and for all. I'll walk you through 4 nuts and seeds that are silently inflaming your prostate and making your symptoms worse. Then I'll share 4 powerful alternatives that can calm inflammation, improve your urinary flow, and become your best mates for long-term prostate health. For each one, I'll explain the simple science behind how it helps or harms, and I'll give you a clear plan you can start this very evening. Before we crack on, if you're over 50 and you want straight-talking advice about taking charge of your health, do subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you find this helpful, pop a yes in the comments. If not, let me know with a 0. Your feedback genuinely helps me serve you better. Right then, let's start with the 4 prostate destroyers you need to identify and limit. The first one on this list is so common that its harmful effects are often mistaken for just getting on in years. I'm talking about the wolf in sheep's clothing, the peanut. It's in your peanut butter, your snack bowls, your pub nibbles. Seems like a harmless protein-rich staple, doesn't it? But for the aging prostate, it's actually a triple threat. One of the main concerns is something called aflatoxin. It's a toxic byproduct from certain molds that grow on peanuts during storage. This is more common in cheaper peanut products and those bulk bins at the supermarket, where stock sits about for ages. Aflatoxin puts extra strain on your liver, and your liver is absolutely vital for clearing hormones like estrogen from your body. When that clearance process slows down, your hormonal balance shifts, and that can irritate the prostate and create an environment where abnormal cells are more likely to grow. Peanuts are also packed with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, in small amounts, omega-6 is essential, but most British diets already provide far too much of it, especially when omega-3 intake is low. This imbalance triggers low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation plays a central role in prostate growth and worsening urinary symptoms like frequent nighttime weeing and weak flow. If you're already managing these issues, daily peanut consumption can quietly make things worse. Processed peanut snacks compound the problem. Salted peanuts are often loaded with sodium, which research has strongly linked to more severe urinary symptoms. Some commercial peanut butters also contain partially hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats that cause systemic inflammation. This inflammation doesn't stay in one place. It affects your blood vessels, your hormonal pathways, and your prostate tissue itself. I remember a patient of mine, a 61-year-old retired teacher from Leeds. Lovely chap, kept himself fit, but he came to me absolutely knackered from waking up 3 or 4 times a night to use the toilet. His blood tests also showed slightly elevated liver enzymes. He was surprised when I asked about peanut butter. Turns out he'd been having 2 tablespoons every evening before bed. We swapped it for almond butter and added an omega-3 supplement to rebalance his fatty acid ratio. Within 6 weeks, his liver enzymes had normalized, and he was sleeping through most nights. His morning energy came back, and with it, his confidence. If you want to keep eating peanuts, have them occasionally rather than daily. Choose organic Valencia peanuts, which are less likely to contain aflatoxins, and always check for freshness. Avoid products with added sugars or hydrogenated oils. And if you do eat peanuts, balance them with omega-3 rich foods like salmon or flax seeds. But honestly, if you're dealing with prostate problems or urinary symptoms, there are better choices for your daily snacking. Next up is a snack that's often found in those heart-healthy trail mixes and wellness aisles: sunflower seeds. They're marketed as natural, protein-rich, good for your ticker, full of healthy fats. I see it all the time with my patients. They're munching sunflower seeds in front of the telly or scattering them on salads, convinced they're doing themselves a favor. What they don't realize is that these same seeds can quietly irritate the prostate and worsen urinary troubles. The heart of the problem is their high omega-6 fatty acid content, particularly a type called linoleic acid. Your body needs omega-6, but when you're getting far more of it than omega-3, it tips the scales toward inflammation. This chronic low-grade inflammation affects multiple systems, including the prostate. It can fuel prostate tissue growth, contribute to hormonal changes that worsen enlargement, and even create conditions where abnormal cells are more likely to develop. Salted roasted sunflower seeds make matters worse. The added sodium in many packaged seeds raises blood pressure and irritates the urinary tract, both of which can aggravate symptoms like urgency and getting up multiple times at night. Studies have linked high sodium intake to more severe lower urinary tract symptoms, and I see this reflected in real life constantly. A bloke might not connect his frequent loo trips to the salted seeds he's eating every evening, but the connection is absolutely there. One of my patients, a 57-year-old plumber from Sheffield, used to munch on salted sunflower seeds throughout his working day. He complained of a weak stop-start urinary stream. We simply swapped his snack for something else. 3 weeks later, he reported back, chuffed that his flow was stronger and more consistent. His blood pressure had also dropped slightly, which likely reduced the pressure on his entire urinary system. If you fancy a crunchy snack, there are better options. Go for unsalted dry roasted pumpkin seeds, or stick to a small handful of almonds. Watch your portions and make sure your daily diet includes omega-3s from sources like flax seeds or oily fish to help balance the inflammation. Now, this next one might ruffle a few feathers. I'm talking about coconut, specifically the shredded flesh, coconut oil, and those creamy, supposedly healthy snacks made from it. It's been marketed as a miracle food for years. But when it comes to prostate health, the science tells quite a different story. The issue is its extremely high saturated fat content. Large-scale studies, including research from major medical institutions, have consistently linked high saturated fat intake to increased risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, and aggressive prostate cancer. Here's how it works. These fats trigger inflammation by activating a pathway in the body called NF-kappa B, which switches on genes that keep inflammation going. This persistent inflammation also increases the activity of an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, a more potent hormone that drives prostate cell growth. Higher DHT levels can mean more prostate tissue and worsening symptoms like frequent urination, weak stream, and incomplete emptying. Coconut's caloric density adds another challenge. It's easy to consume a lot without realizing, and those extra calories often lead to weight gain around the middle. This abdominal weight fuels systemic inflammation and makes urinary symptoms worse. Now, I know many of you are wondering about coconut oil specifically, since it's become so popular for cooking. The short answer is yes, the same concerns apply. While coconut oil has some different properties to coconut flesh, it's still predominantly saturated fat and can contribute to the same inflammatory pathways. For everyday cooking, you're better off with oils rich in monounsaturated fats, like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, which support hormonal balance and calm inflammation. A 64-year-old chap I treated was mixing coconut oil into his morning coffee and snacking on coconut chips throughout the day. His PSA levels were creeping up steadily, and his urinary symptoms were quite severe. We replaced his coconut oil with extra virgin olive oil for cooking and switched to almond-based snacks. Within a month, not only did his PSA stabilize, but his sensation of fullness and urinary hesitancy improved significantly. If you enjoy coconut, save it for occasional treats rather than making it a daily staple. Your prostate will thank you for it. The final destroyer is a staple of party nibbles, often seen as a safe creamy option: the cashew. Because they taste lovely and they're everywhere socially, the moderate risks they carry get amplified by just how many people eat. I often meet men who snack on cashews in the evening, thinking they're making a smart choice, while those handfuls are quietly contributing to prostate irritation and weight gain. One reason cashews can be problematic is their fatty acid profile. They contain palmitic acid and moderate amounts of saturated fat that can activate inflammatory pathways in the body, particularly NF-kappa B. When this pathway stays active, inflammation persists, and hormonal activity can shift in ways that encourage prostate tissue growth. These same fats can also boost 5-alpha reductase activity, the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT. Higher DHT often means faster prostate growth and more pronounced symptoms. Cashews are also calorie-dense, and this is where many men come unstuck. A few handfuls can add up quickly, and the extra calories increase the risk of weight gain. Excess weight around the waist isn't just a cosmetic issue. It fuels inflammation throughout the body and is strongly linked to worsening prostate enlargement and more severe urinary symptoms. Another factor to consider is copper. Cashews are rich in it. While copper is essential for health, too much can contribute to oxidative stress and hormonal imbalances in some men. I had a patient in his early 50s who was frustrated. He was eating big salads daily, but using rich cashew-based dressings. His urinary symptoms weren't improving. We simply swapped the dressing for a lighter lemon and tahini option. Without any other effort, he lost half a stone in 6 weeks. More importantly, he reported a significant decrease in urgency and frequency. The hidden caloric and inflammatory load from the cashews had been quietly holding him back. If you like cashews, treat them as an occasional snack, not something to eat freely. Keep portions small, stick to dry roasted, unsalted varieties, and avoid flavored or sugar-coated mixes. Right, I know this list might feel a bit discouraging. You might be thinking everything you enjoy is off the table. But I promise you, on the other side of this is genuine hope. Let's move on to the 4 prostate healers. If I could prescribe just one food for prostate health, it would be pumpkin seeds. They're nature's finest gift to the aging man. They're rich in plant compounds called phytosterols, particularly one known as beta-cytosterol. This compound gently slows down 5-alpha reductase, the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT. By dialing down this enzyme's activity, pumpkin seeds help reduce the growth signal, which can mean a smaller prostate and easier urinary flow. These seeds also deliver a bundle of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients, including vitamin E, magnesium, zinc, and polyphenols. Together, they protect the delicate tissues inside the prostate and support the smooth muscle that controls urinary flow. Zinc plays a special role here because the prostate stores more zinc than almost any other organ, and a regular supply helps maintain healthy secretions and structure. A little goes a long way. 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted, dry roasted, or raw pumpkin seeds daily is plenty. Store them in an airtight container in the fridge to keep their healthy oils fresh, and avoid salted or flavored varieties that can cancel out many of the benefits. Evening is a lovely time to enjoy them. A tablespoon or 2 as a small snack can ease hunger and help stabilize blood sugar overnight. Now, I've had quite a few people ask me about other seeds like chia and hemp. Both are excellent choices that complement pumpkin seeds nicely. Chia seeds are rich in omega-3s and fiber, while hemp seeds provide a good balance of omega-3 to omega-6 and are packed with protein. You can certainly rotate these into your routine alongside pumpkin seeds for broader nutritional support. Almonds are low in saturated fat and an excellent source of monounsaturated fatty acids, or MUFAs, the same type found in olive oil. This balance matters because MUFAs help calm inflammation, maintain healthy blood pressure, and improve cholesterol levels. Better heart and vascular health often translates to better urinary comfort, since the same blood vessels that serve your heart also serve your pelvic organs. Almonds are also packed with essential nutrients like magnesium, vitamin E, riboflavin, and manganese. Magnesium supports proper nerve and muscle function, including the pelvic nerves involved in bladder control. Vitamin E reduces oxidative stress that can damage sensitive prostate tissue over time. Together, these nutrients help ease pressure on the prostate, improve vascular tone, and support overall pelvic health. A daily portion of around 20 to 23 almonds, roughly 1 ounce, is ideal for most men. Choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted varieties and avoid sugar-coated or honey-roasted versions that add unnecessary sugar and calories. Pairing almonds with berries or apple slices can help stabilize blood sugar, which supports hormonal balance and further reduces inflammation. Several of you have asked about walnuts and pistachios as well. Both are solid choices. Walnuts are particularly rich in omega-3s, which are brilliant anti-inflammatories. Pistachios offer good fiber and healthy fats. Neither is on the harmful list, so feel free to include them in your rotation. Just watch portions, as with any nut. This next one might seem counterintuitive given what you've heard, but the science is clear. Whole soy foods like edamame and tempeh aren't the enemy. They're prostate allies. The key lies in the type of estrogenic activity. Soy contains isoflavones like genistein. These are phytoestrogens that preferentially bind to a receptor in the prostate called ER-beta. This binding has an antiproliferative effect. It actually tells prostate cells to slow down and can even promote the death of cancerous cells, a process called apoptosis. I know there's been confusion about soy because some sources say it's harmful. The evidence from large population studies consistently shows that moderate consumption of whole soy foods is associated with lower rates of prostate cancer and fewer severe urinary symptoms. The problems tend to arise with highly processed soy products and excessive intake. Stick to whole food sources and moderate portions, and you're on solid ground. Soy also provides valuable protein and fiber, both of which support weight control, blood pressure, and cholesterol. Better metabolic health often leads to fewer urinary problems because the prostate and bladder are influenced by the body's overall condition. 2 to 4 servings per week is plenty. Options like steamed edamame, firm tofu in stir-fries, tempeh in salads, or unsweetened soy yogurt all work beautifully. The key is choosing minimally processed whole soy foods and avoiding sugary or deep-fried versions. Finally, let's talk about flaxseeds, an absolute powerhouse. Flaxseeds are the richest dietary source of lignans, another class of phytoestrogens. Like the compounds in soy, they help your body process hormones more efficiently. Lignans can gently reduce 5-alpha reductase activity, helping to slow prostate growth and prevent cells from multiplying too rapidly. Flax seeds are packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which feeds your gut bacteria and promotes better hormonal balance throughout the body. A healthy gut plays a bigger role in prostate health than most people realize. Flax also provides ALA, a plant form of omega-3. In the whole seed, ALA works alongside the fiber and plant polyphenols to create an anti-inflammatory effect, helping to reduce the irritation and discomfort that can worsen urinary problems. Consistency is key. 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds daily is all you need. Grinding the seeds makes the nutrients more absorbable. Mix them into your porridge, yogurt, or a smoothie. A simple way to build this habit is to buy whole seeds, grind them once a week, and store the ground flax in the fridge or freezer to keep it fresh. The gentle, nutty flavor goes beautifully with berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon. One of my patients, a man in his late 50s, who was reluctant to take medication, was struggling with weak urinary flow and post-void dribbling. Adding 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed to his breakfast each morning made a real difference. By week 4, he told me his stream was steadier, and those urgent pressing needs to wee had noticeably eased. At his next visit, we checked his cholesterol and found his LDL had improved as well. Now, I don't want you feeling overwhelmed. The best way to begin is to establish a steady rhythm with the healing choices. 1 nutritious nut or seed per day is enough, and rotating them throughout the week gives your body a wider variety of nutrients. Here's a simple starting plan. In the first few days, swap peanuts or sunflower seeds for a handful of almonds and add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to your breakfast. Once you're settled, sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your evening snack and replace coconut oil with extra virgin olive oil in your cooking. Add a couple of soy-based dishes to your week, like a tofu stir-fry or an edamame bowl. In the second week, increase your flaxseed to 2 tablespoons if your body tolerates it well. Alternate between almonds and pumpkin seeds, and pay attention to changes in how often you're visiting the loo, your energy levels, and your urinary flow. How you store and prepare these foods matters too. Choose raw or dry roasted nuts and seeds without added sugars or industrial seed oils. Keep pumpkin seeds and ground flaxseed in airtight containers in the fridge, and only grind flax seeds once a week so their nutrients stay active. Always check freshness by taste and smell. A bitter or rancid taste means the oils have gone off and they're best binned. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, flax or soy, may interact with your medication, so do have a word with your GP before making significant changes. Those with nut or seed allergies should watch carefully for any skin, digestive or breathing reactions and consider an elimination test if symptoms appear. And if you have liver issues, steer clear of peanuts that may contain aflatoxins and opt for cleaner, higher quality sources instead. Stay consistent and you'll notice gradual changes. In the first 2 weeks, digestion often becomes easier and energy levels stabilize. Cravings for salt start to fade. Between weeks 3 and 6, many men notice fewer nighttime loo trips, stronger urinary flow, and more refreshed mornings. By weeks 8 to 12, waistlines often begin to shrink, cholesterol improves, and urinary symptoms ease more reliably. Pairing these habits with a good evening routine helps even more. Cut back on fluids 2 to 3 hours before bed. Save alcohol for earlier in the day, and keep caffeine to mornings only. Simple snacks like pumpkin seeds with yogurt or almonds with berries work perfectly before bed without triggering bladder irritation. Every small choice you make sends a powerful message to your body. Choosing healing foods isn't just about feeling better in the moment. It's about protecting your strength, your independence, and the legacy you'll leave behind. Share what you've learned with a brother, a mate, or a son. Talking openly about prostate health helps all men stay healthier and more confident as they age. If you've found this helpful, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe and turn on notifications. It keeps you connected with our community. And do let me know your thoughts below by typing yes if this was useful. Your feedback genuinely guides what we discuss next. Now, I want you to take one small, easy step. Later today, have a look in your cupboards and identify one food to cut back on. On your next shop, pick up one of the healing alternatives we've talked about. That simple action can set you on the path to better health. You deserve it.